Hey, good morning, guys. Happy NFL Draft Day. Hopefully the Bears don't screw it up this year. Today we're going to be reviewing our area of a regular polygon formulas. So we need 1/2 times apothem times perimeter, but that apothem right there is the perpendicular segment from the center of your polygon to the edge. So what we're going to do first is just start off with when we're given the apothem and a side length. So now we're given the apothem and the side length. So all we've got to do is multiply that side length to find our perimeter. So here our perimeter is going to be 13.9 times the number of sides that we have. So 13.9 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So 13.9 times 7 is going to get me 97.3 is my perimeter. 97.3 is my perimeter. And the apothem is 14.4. So 1/2 apothem times perimeter. And that's going to get me 700.56 square units. So again, 1/2 apothem perimeter. So this is 8 sides. So the perimeter is 12 times 8, which is 96. And the area is going to come from 1/2 apothem perimeter. So I'll do 1/2 times apothem times perimeter, and I'll get 696 square units. Okay, there are only 2 types of problems that I've got for us today. I'm going to do the first 2 with you, and then I'll leave the last 2 for you guys. So when you're given just a side length, first thing we need to do, got to find that central angle. So we take 360 over, and how many sides do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 60 degrees. So this is 60 degrees. But I don't want the radius. I don't want this radius here. I want the apothem. So I'm going to draw in the apothem right there. And if this whole thing was 60, then half of that is 30. So this is 13 for the whole side length, which means that half of 13 is 6.5. So this half is 6.5. All right, so my apothem, I don't know, that's x. And how we're going to find that is we'll take the tangent of 30, because that's opposite and adjacent. So know your SOHCAHTOA. I've got opposite and adjacent, so I want tangent. And we'll do the apothem. So to find the apothem, tangent of 30 is opposite over adjacent. So what we do now is we're going to cross multiply, and then we'll divide. So tangent of 30 times x equals 6.5. So 6.5 over tangent of 30 And if I type that in my calculator, I get 11.26. So the apothem is 11.26. My perimeter, I can find 13 is my side length times 6 sides. Gets me 78. Now let's do that like this. So the area is 1/2 times apothem times perimeter. Which is 439.14 square units. Alright, same thing here, central angle. This is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a decagon. So decagon, 10 sides. So I'll take 360 over 10 is 36, and I've got to split that in half. Oh, it's going to be 18 degrees. So this is 18 degrees. The apothem is x. Half of 7. Half of this side length is 3.5. So we end up with the tangent of 18. And again, the reason it's tangent is I have opposite and adjacent. So I've got opposite and adjacent. So tangent of 18 degrees is equal to 3.5 over x. So we're looking at cross multiplying again. Cross multiply and divide, and that will get me tangent of 18 times x equals 3.5. And to get rid of this tangent of 18, we have to divide it because we want to get x by itself. So I'll divide by tangent of 18. Cancels out on the left side. I'm left with my apothem is 3.5 over the tangent of 18, which ends up being 10.77. I know my perimeter is 70. 10 times 7, 10 sides times 7. So area equals 1/2. 10.77 times 70, which ends up being 376.95 square units. Okay, now that's if you're given a side length, but what if you're given the radius? Well, we've got 4 steps here. We're going to draw in the apothem first. Let's draw that in. And we're going to find our central angle, just like before. So 360 over the number of sides gets me 72, but I don't want the whole central angle. I just want one part, 1/2 of it. So instead of 72, this is 36 degrees. And you still need to know SOHCAHTOA. So what do I have here? Well, I've got my adjacent and the hypotenuse. So adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So To find the apothem, I'm going to do cosine 36 equals adjacent over hypotenuse. And now, to get rid of this fraction, I want to get x by itself. So what's the opposite of dividing by 4? Well, that's multiplying by 4. So 4 times cosine of 36 is going to equal 3.24. Okay, so x is now 3.24, and we've got to find this side right here. So I can take my Pythagorean theorem and say 3.24 squared plus the side squared equals 4 squared. Let me do that in pink. 3.24 squared plus side squared equals 4 squared. And if you type that into a calculator, don't forget to square root at the very end. This is 2.35. So if half of this is 2.35, then what's my side length? If half a side is 2.35, then a whole side length is 4.7. So 2.35 is half a side, so the perimeter is 4.7 times 5, because I have 5 sides, is 23.5. So I've got 1/2, 23.5 times the apothem of 3.24. And that's going to get me 38.07 square units. Okay, I'll try number 8 with you, and then we'll be done. So first step, let's draw in our apothem. Second step, we will find that central angle. Find that central angle. That's 360 divided by 6 is 30. So central angle is 30, or central angle is 60. So this is 30. Now let's find our apothem. The apothem is going to be, let's see, I'll use SOHCAHTOA. I want to find the apothem. So I've got the adjacent on the hypotenuse. So I have cosine. All right, now let's see. Cosine of 30 equals x over 8. So with that, we know that I can multiply by 8 to cancel that 8 out. Then I've got 8 cosine of 30 equals 6.93. Okay. So my apothem is 6.93. Now I've got to find the side length. We're going to use our Pythagorean theorem for that. So a squared plus 6.93 squared equals 8 squared. So 8 squared minus 6.93 squared. And then I square root that to get 3.99. So this is 3.99 for half a side. So this is 3.99. So whole side would be 6.9. No, that's not true. 7.98. Our side length is 7.98, which means we can finally find our area. 1/2 apothem times the perimeter, and I have 6 sides. That perimeter is 7.98 times 6 is 47.88. So 47.88 times 6.93 divided by 2 is 165.9.